Welcome, everyone. Let me just see.
Welcome.
This will be fun. There's a decent amount of people in here.
Are you at East Denver or is it just 10?
Yeah, it's just him. I'm in my cave working on getting all these releases merged before the end of the day.
Yeah, I've heard there's some important updates coming, right?
Yeah, we got really big performance updates. So, how do I explain this simply? The biggest thing that causes really poor frame rate for games right now is that the models, so like characters and trees and stuff that's not blocks, they're not really optimized out of the box, so they have a lot of meshes and a lot of things the GPU has to draw. We built in an automatic system that when you load up your server the first time, it'll take a look at all the models your game's using. Like all the custom ones, like ours are already pre-optimized, but it'll run an optimization and generate a hidden optimized directory, and the client knows to load from that directory instead. And these models can cause, a 50% to 300% improvement in frame rate because it reduces the draw calls from dozens if there's a lot of meshes in a complex model. And if that model isn't being used in certain ways, we can basically make the thing ultra simplified using the GLTF transform optimizer is what it's called. And it just means the GPU is way less strained. You can run way more stuff. It just pulls the complexity out so they can run on, more modest devices. That's a big one. And then, player state's coming soon. So we'll ship the APIs where your game can save persisted player states. So whenever a player joins your game again, you from the server and your game code can load in that player's data. You can store any JSON blob for player data and just, give them whatever it is or do whatever based on the data. Like if it's their inventory, if it's their level, if it's their stats, whatever your game does, whatever you need to do. You can even persist data globally across games. So leaderboards, if you want global leaderboards, anytime someone joins or anytime a game server starts, it loads the last global leaderboard into it. So you always have an up-to-date, leaderboard. That's a useful use case. There's a lot of other things you can use it for, but it's basically you can store any arbitrary data specific to a player or globally for your game that can load into your server anytime it starts for a game on HYTOPIA, no matter the region or whatever. And it just works out of the box.
Yeah, these updates are perfect. I mean, I would say the highlight of all of them is the performance one.
Yeah.
The ones, because with all the performance improvements, can definitely open doors to more players with lower end devices to play HYTOPIA with a decent frame rate. I myself am currently traveling with an old laptop, so it's really a struggle to play some games. And happily, I must say that out of all the games I've played, well, all the available ones so far, Astro Breaker has actually been the most performant, at least on my machine. So yeah, it's interesting to see. It's Astro Breaker followed by Hole in the Wall.
Yeah, it's because there's not a lot of models. It's really the models, the GLTF files, that take a lot on the GPU. And if you don't have a dedicated GPU, using integrated graphics like most old laptops and devices use, it's even worse. So this is a big improvement. The one other thing though, and the big reason we are pushing on these optimizations so hard is because these optimizations give us the headroom to start immediately targeting and shipping mobile support and being able to realistically ship it where 70% of devices, 80% of devices, which is our rough target that are in circulation today, ideally will have capable enough hardware specs to run it, at least 30 frames per second and ideally 60 frames per second. So
exciting news. Well, so essentially, I believe we're good to start. Again, for those who joined after I said it, we want to do these every week. Dates and time are subject to change as people think they could perhaps show up in a Saturday. I still need to talk to the other team members if they're available. But I can be over here on Saturday too if it's needed, if more people would show up. Also, we could do to please. Well, it's called game night, but for some, it's not night yet. So we could also do some adaptations to the time zones. We could perhaps do one for EU and Asia, other for Americas, and well, we could adapt it accordingly. So any feedback on that would be highly appreciated. If you know a friend that could perhaps join in another time or in the weekend, drop it in the chat and let's talk about it afterwards. But yeah, so today's highlight of the night is Astro Breaker. So now we're joined by BBBB, and Five Rowing, which are the two developers of Astro Breaker. And Rowing mentioned he has a sore throat, so I don't know if he would be able to talk. If not, there's no problem. You can type. But it would be just really interesting for us to know, like, before we actually get to play it, some information about it. Like, did it take long for you guys to come up with this idea? Was it the initial idea? Did you have to pivot from something else you thought before you could do? And if so, was it because of the short time you had? What was the thought process for creating Astro Breaker, would you guys say?
Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for giving us the space to talk about the game. Not sure if you hear me right.
Yeah, we hear you perfectly.
So yeah, we are a team. We are formed by ABB, Hercules, and I. So for this game jam, we had the idea to create an arcade shooter inspired by games like Point Blank. And I was also looking at another mobile game that it's called Smash Hit. So yeah, after thinking about the arcade shooter, uh, we thought about that we should make it like a rocket launcher, similar to the one in Team Fortress 2.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, the game should be simple enough to understand and play for anyone to try. It's just move and shoot with the left mouse, but it actually has a very high skill ceiling, especially in the later rounds.
Definitely.
We wanted to make sure it felt really good, so we made sure to have the damage numbers in the scene UI to improve the game feel and instant feedback on performance and scores.
Oh, yeah, it is really performant, and the UI is great. It looks great, and well, I mean, if I could say something,
Yeah.
this was really interesting because I mean, the fact that you guys stuck with the initial idea is something great. Because I've talked to other creators who participated in the jam, and they had an initial idea, and then they had to pivot. I myself was also considering making one game, but then I changed my mind. So this is interesting to see a team who sticks with the initial pitch from the beginning. This is nice to see. And would you guys say you had like a top three? If you could come up with a top three challenges you faced along the way, that could be interesting.
So one of the main challenges is performance.
Oh, sorry, NFT, your mic isn't muted.
No,
You hear me?
I'll mute him. There we go. Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
proceed.
no problem.
Sorry, you can go ahead, Five Rowing.
Yeah. So we implemented object pooling for the particles, which is so it can reuse particles without having to destroy and recreate them over and over. Pre-calculated values. We have dynamic adjustment of particles counts based on rolling average of performance, batch particles, and reduce particles based on distance. We just wanted to make sure it perform well for all, despite a lot going on, as we had tons of lag in initial tests.
I see. So would you say lag was the biggest struggle you guys faced? And you did face it really well, honestly. As I was saying, I don't know if you were in the chat already, but at least in my experience on a bad machine, I wouldn't say bad, a low end machine, let's call it. It's like the best performing game for me, even with high ping and everything. So this is like
Yeah,
if
it
this
was
was the biggest
mainly
struggle, you guys are on a really good path.
it was mainly because of the particles, because we don't really have like a plugin or something like that for effects. So we have to use entities for the particles. We actually use like little scale blocks that spawn. But yeah, with the object pooling, it doesn't really like generate that many entities.
I see.
It reuses the entities, and performance was way better after that. Also, the implementation of the moving blocks. So at first, since we didn't have like a really good like configuration of how the blocks appeared, and we had a bunch of blocks of moving blocks appearing. So yeah, after configuring the amount of logs and everything on each round, the performance was way better on that regard.
Perfect. And now, before we start, one last question. Um, I don't know if you guys would feel comfortable with sharing that. If not, there's no problem. But would you guys be able to give us a sneak peek on any future plans for Astro Breaker?
Yeah, we have some ideas. We actually have quite a few ideas with Astro Breaker. I don't want to like give
No leaks.
a lot of leaks, but yeah, we would love to either expand it or make a class-based shooter with more weapons. Yeah, we also think about like adding more models to make it more aesthetic.
Some polishments, would you say?
But yeah,
Yeah.
mainly like a class-based shooter, first-person view model. That's one of our thoughts with Astro Breaker.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you so much for this valuable information. And without further ado, I think it's time for us to finally play because it's game night after all. So let's go. Which server do you
Yeah.
guys think will be best? US, Ohio. Come on, people, speak. You really speak now.
Also, thank you for the space to talk about it. I hope you enjoy the game. We really took
Yeah.
like a lot of effort to make the game. So yeah.
Awesome.
Are we doing
Yeah,
Ohio? Or are we doing?
Yeah, let's do Astro Breaker, US, Ohio. Let's go. I'm joining. Well, I hope I score well because now their usernames, and it will be a shame if I do bad.
If you don't see it on the server list, it's the last one. You might have to scroll down once you hit the closest server, and the scrollable thing pops up to see Ohio.
Oh wait, I'm already joined by and Foxy. Let's go. I gotta aim a little higher. Well, at least I have 7 points. Okay, I'm doing it. If you get close to the edge, does it? Yeah, it's probably better. That's a good strat. Yeah, for those who are joining right now, we're in Astro Breaker, US, Ohio, just throwing some bombs.
Can you give me a second? I'm joining right now.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, I can't give you a second because we've already started, but
Yeah.
we're at round 1, so you still have time to catch up.
Is it us two versus everyone on that side?
I don't know.
Because Ark and I are gonna destroy you guys.
Yeah, we're three. Wait. But I think it is. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, rowing. But despite the fact that we're two separate platforms, I think it's like each player has its own score. Right?
Oh, it's individual.
Yeah.
Each player
cool.
has its score, and
All right, Ark, get out of here. Just kidding.
We need batteries. Tell mom he needs batteries. I'm on the phone.
Sorry, what?
I don't think that was for us, Honk.
Yeah, I figured that. Well,
Also, I
somebody
think I did
clearly needs
mention-
battery side.
but the platforms you see was made with a script.
The moving platforms. Or would you say the ones we're standing on?
Yeah, the ones we are standing on.
Ah. So this wasn't like built directly through the building.
We built the like rectangles platforms, and then based on those rectangles, we made a script that detected the platforms, and it made like a cone downwards.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's so clever. Like actually programming the map with a script instead of building it manually, because this would have taken a while, I would imagine, to build manually.
Yeah, it took me like 30 minutes, I think, to create the platform.
Yeah, with the script. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah, we always
these
use
smart
cursor.
points. Sorry, what?
Like we use cursor
Oh yeah.
100% for everything here.
Like the fact that you guys thought about it is also something huge for me, because me personally, I still need to get that more clever uses for what we have with the SDK and tools, even external tools such as Cursor and other AI tools, which really help making those scripts. Because, like as you mentioned, building these manually would have taken a while, and the fact that you could just build a downwards facing cone in a few minutes, it's crazy. Because like if you take this, well, of course I wouldn't imagine AI. Well, I didn't try it, but I'm pretty sure AI hasn't gotten to the point in which you can say like, hey, this is how it works, now build me a house in this JSON file. Then it will build a beautiful house. Of course it will look ugly probably if you try it, but well, still for some more geometrical forms, like if you do like cones, cylinders, circles, squares, I think it should do well.
Yeah, the trick is like to give it like a base, and then doing part by part, not like telling it to create a whole castle or something like. Yeah, it's like.
Hey, people from the other side are throwing bomb on us. Sorry.
We actually had an idea to give like less points if you got hit by a bomb, but we didn't really have time to implement that, so we only implemented like if you get hit by a bomb, you don't get pushed, because you could actually get pushed by the projectiles.
Yeah. But what happens if
I
you
would just
fall
try to
from the
hit the
platform?
enemies.
Let me give it a try. Oh, I just respawn, I see. Oh, but perhaps getting pushed could be something interesting, because when you get pushed, you essentially have to respawn and it takes you a few seconds to get
Yeah,
back.
you lose time. You lose time getting
I'm
off.
definitely not trying to push people off the platform.
Are you kidding me? Implement it.
Oh, that's what I'm doing. I pushed Lunar
I'm
off.
getting pushed.
Oh, wait.
Hell no.
Yeah, let's push them off together. Get out of here, Lunar. Walk the plank.
He was like right on the edge when I got him.
Yeah, but this is a good strat.
Oh, he just jumped. Oh, I like how the bombs bounce off the ground.
And I believe
We actually didn't catch that, so yeah. Something
We can
that's gotta
also-
get fixed.
yeah, the scoreboard can be updated, right, to show the names now, I'd reckon.
Yeah, it's something we didn't like have time to implement. Like,
Oh yeah, of
names,
course. Yeah, it wasn't around.
but
The usernames
it's
weren't
definitely
around.
something that needs to get implemented. Yeah, in the scoreboard.
Yeah, definitely. But this is just some refinement points that we won't take into consideration when judging, because of course in the SDK version it was made, it didn't have that feature, so don't worry about that when it comes to judging. But yeah, definitely for the game itself, that's definitely an improvement point that will be highly appreciated by
I
players.
like
Definitely.
that you can use like the color picker for your crosshair. That's something that I wish Valorant had. You can
Yeah,
use hex
push
codes,
it.
but they don't have the actual like drag and select. So I really like that.
Actually,
that,
no
that
run.
feature was implemented by AB. He made the
Nice.
settings.
Oh man, these moving purple ones are so hard for me. Well, maybe if I play on a mouse, that could be probably a good tip.
You just gotta play more, man.
Oh yeah. And where is everyone else? You guys should definitely join us. For those who weren't here when we started, we were playing Astro Breaker on US Ohio server.
We also need to add more music. It gets a bit repetitive.
Oh yeah, we just say that. Yeah, for the next game jam, like, well, I can share some details on it yet because I don't want to leak anything, but we do have some plans to incentivize teamwork essentially. So for all the jammers out there, you should definitely start teaming up with other jammers because this will definitely play a really important role. And we want to adapt the judging criteria currently, so we see some really interesting collaborations. Foxy, you're about to go down. Oh no.
He can't even defend himself. Poor Baxi.
Goodbye, Blood Vortex. It's funny, there's already a way to troll one of the very first HYTOPIA games.
We love it.
You gotta love it. Oh yeah, I'm being pushed. And does the colors and velocity of the blocks change depending on the round? Or is it randomized? Or is
What
it
do you mean?
like, is it set to, like, for example, round 6, is it set to always be like this with the purple ones in this exact speed? Or does it change randomly?
Like, is it the same pattern every single time, or is it random?
Each round is set, but configurable in the code.
Oh, let's see. Okay, so you guys left it in a way you guys can just change it as you wish. That's
Yeah,
nice.
and each block has randomization.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also for all the gymmers who are in this pool, if you wish, well, I don't see why not, but as we finish the judging period, you guys are free to DM me any changes you want to make to the game, because currently, while the system for you to upload your game updates in your own is still under work, I can still manually update them, and I'll happily do so. So if you have any updates, could be small, could be big ones, just send me. It can also not only just be the game code itself, but also description, image, and everything. We're also working on some standardization for those. So I'll reach out within the next days or weeks with some requests. So stay tuned to your DMs as well. But yeah, we should definitely get these games some updates and keep growing them. Because these are the very first ones, and we'll have way more. I see. Oh man. Oh, Foxy's too. He's looking for his surroundings,
Y'all's
unfortunately.
bombs are coming over here.
If you guys think you could do like knockback on the bombs or something like that to push people off their platforms, you could perhaps get the platforms a little closer one to the other, so there's enough range to hit people on the other side. That could be interesting to see too. I don't know if that's in the plans, but
Yeah, we already have a fork for that.
oh, okay. So we are getting leaks after all.
Yeah, a little bit.
So,
Okay.
is your score highlighted on the leaderboard, or is number one
No, I
always
think
highlighted?
it's only the first place.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're not the first place, Madeline.
I know, I was like, dang, I've won both times. I'm really good at this.
Okay, we're in round 10.
Dreams
Oh, okay, now
crush.
round 10 is easier
I have to
again.
try hard.
Oh no, it's round 1. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just started again.
Yeah. Makes sense. Oh, man. Oh, people are getting them before me.
Yeah, it's me. Now I have to actually win first.
Guys,
Well, funny thing is, you
Hello?
never know.
if you
Hello.
are playing the game right now, can you please share your screen?
If somebody's playing and wants to share the screen, they're free to. Unfortunately, I can't because I'm playing on really old. Well, I can, but
I can.
yeah,
I can share my
the
screen.
hardware I'm playing on, you definitely don't want to see it.
Yeah, I can share either. I'm
My
recording
gameplay looks
this
ugly. It's
one.
not just a skill issue, I promise. Nice, there we go.
There's also some like minor details that might not be like visible at first, but for example, between rounds you can shoot. We implemented that.
Oh, you can shoot between rounds. Okay. Yeah, that could be useful for when you have like knockback on the bombs if you really wish to push that idea forward. 'Cause then,
Yeah,
like, people can really use that time, those few seconds.
yeah, to like push or like
Yeah.
break more blocks. Also, the scene UI, the scores that pop up are like individually shown for each player. Like I can see your scores
Oh,
if you
okay.
if you break a block.
No, I almost pushed you. I'm sorry. I know, I'm a naughty guy, I'm sorry. Yeah, but don't stay in the corner though, watch it. Okay, I'm farming points. And am I highlighted on the right side leaderboard, or is it really just the first place?
I don't really see any highlights on the leader.
I think it's just the first person for me. It says player 3.
Oh yeah, it says player 3 for me too. Just scored, and unfortunately the points didn't sum up, so I'm not the first place. Oh yeah.
Are you shattered? Now you know how it feels.
Yeah. Feels bad. Yeah, man.
Oh, these ones you have to go like really early.
Damn, the
Ooh, 60. What server are you on? Ohio.
oh no, we're in
Switch to
Ohio.
I was on Oregon when I started too, and then just realized there was only 1 or 2 people, and I had to hop over to
No, we're in
Ohio.
Ohio. Yeah.
Yeah, Smitty, I was in there with you, and I was like, "Oh, we're good."
Yeah, be careful with the pushing. A new strategy has just been made.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Okay, you stay there. I'll go over here.
Okay, nobody shooting, everyone pushing. There we go. Oh,
Yeah,
these
there's no friendly fire.
unfortunately. Well,
He was trying to kill me.
we never tried to friendly fire in a new game. Oh man, I wish it was the first place. Are you sure that isn't me? I mean, I'm good. Yeah,
Why
it's
is
me
there
to go
only
to the
2
edge.
of us over here?
It's actually
Okay,
individual.
firstly,
Like you're
yeah.
only on the platform.
Secondly,
Yeah, I mean it's not balanced,
rude.
but it's like individual score either way. Like we're not playing co-op. Now, this could be actually an interesting suggestion, though, rowing. Like for example,
Yeah,
having
like
a
team
co-op
mode, yeah.
mode. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I can already.
Yeah, the team
I can
idea
already
was
envision the rage in the chat with AFK teammates and everything.
also the amount of blocks go up a bit if there's more players.
Oh, that's nice.
And yeah, we also had the idea to have teams, but we didn't really have time to implement that.
Oh yeah, that's something that could definitely be a great polishment point, I would say.
Yeah, honestly, the games has a lot of potential, like a lot of variants of games.
Yeah, because I mean, it is fun. Well, of course, it still needs some progress, yet it's still fun. Like the current way it is, like we're already here for, I would say, 20 minutes or so. And I mean,
I was
despite the
playing
fact that
before we started.
yeah, there was people playing too.
Yeah.
Because when I joined, it was already like mid-match.
Yeah, we also thought about like long-term leaderboard and solo play, as you could have high scores.
Yeah, that could be interesting. Like a global scoreboard, you say.
And if you are like playing alone, you can have like 2 browser tabs, and if you want to test the game.
Oh,
Can you block
Yeah.
people's view? Does this block your view? Oh, no? Oh.
No.
Yes?
that's already cheating. I got our first cheater. It's a team member.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I'm cheating. I got the aimbot on.
What was the game that there was somebody cheating on? Spectator mode? You remember that?
Hot
Somebody did.
Zombies, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got it, I believe in you. This
If
one-
nobody destroys it.
Oh, that was close.
Hey, I got a block of these. These are really hard. Parker, still playing on the touchpad? Or you got a mouse?
Sorry,
Oh, he
what?
might have gone AFK.
Are you still playing on the touchpad or are you playing on the mouse?
I'm playing with a mouse.
No, sorry. Yeah, I was on the arc, but yeah, good to know you're on a mouse. You know, you're not
I'm on a
stupid
mouse,
like
too.
me playing on the.
It's really hard to play with the mouse, but
Would you say so?
It's hard to play with the mouse. Oh, like a trackpad?
I've gotten
Yeah,
so used to it over the years, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the trackpad. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so complicated for me too. Well, do you have it? Do you have the sensibility high though to be able to track these pretty much? Because you're gonna
My
quick.
my trackpad sensitivity over the years, it's literally turned up as high as it can go.
Oh no!
we actually tried to implement like sensitivity for the mouse, but it wasn't possible with the SDK.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I'm
Interesting.
not sure if it's possible with what
It's
we
something
have
we could.
right
Yeah, I mean, it's something that can be done because it'd just be augmenting like the math function for mouse movements. But
now. Yeah, that'd be pretty good for like FPS.
yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Oh man, I didn't hit a single block in round 7.
We also have
Oh,
an
it's
issue
Mitty, I was
with
gonna
the-
push you.
with the volume. Like if you set it to 0, it doesn't really mute the game. Not sure if that was me or an SDK thing.
You can mute the whole site though, and it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's not ideal, right? I mean, theoretically.
There'll be options soon
Okay.
in settings to be able to control stuff.
Okay, plus 51, let's go. Oh, somebody just... somebody just jumped. Okay. Oh, should this one be the last one? Are we wrapping up after this one? I reckon we already are 14 minutes in. We could probably do this one and then we can wrap it up. And if people want to play more games, they're free to.
That sounds good.
Sweet. Plus 32, let's go. Sweet. Yeah, I believe we're good to wrap it up. If people want to
Nice.
stay and play more games, you're definitely free to. As I said, for those who missed the beginning, the idea is to make these on a weekly basis. We want to do like one specific game as a highlight for each week. This week's was Astro Breaker, so we were joined by ABBBB and 5 Rowing, which are the 2 developers along with Hercules. So they made the game. We did a small interview in the beginning, got to know a little bit about their expectations for the future, the challenges they ran through by creating the game, the thought process for getting to the game idea. So yeah, so this was the first HYTOPIA game night. Again, we can adapt time and even the date according to the community's needs. I can also run some extra polls to see if people would prefer other times or dates, or we could also do like one for US time and another for Europe and Asia time. We can see how that goes and adapt it accordingly. So thanks for everyone who joined us. Ark, Madeline, or any other team member, if you have any closing thoughts, feel free to share them as well.
Just thanks for putting this together, and it was really fun. I'm excited for the next one.
Sweet. Thank you for coming. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned to the announcements channel, and cheers.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Sweet. Thanks everyone for participating.
Yeah.
This was nice. It was fun. I didn't even see like time literally fly. Yeah, it was great. See ya.